Earlier this year, in the lead up to the season, I posted a pretty controversial video that the Titans actually made the wrong decision drafting Cam Ward, and in all honesty, YouTube commenters let me hear it. But part of that is because I think a lot of people misunderstood my point completely. I tried, guys, I really did, to make my case, but people still don't seem to understand that I actually had nothing bad to say about Cam Ward, and I still don't. Even to this day, despite me doubling down after being proven completely right and seemingly with every box score stat showing he's been terrible, I can confidently say that Cam Ward will eventually be a good NFL quarterback. But it still doesn't change my philosophy. The whole point of our last video, and something I'd like to highlight more in this one, is that the Titans made their move way too early, and now as they sit at 1-7 on the season, fresh off of firing their head coach, it's easy to see why. Looking at the state of the Titans this year, they have problems on offense, defense, and in the coaching staff. Despite delegating play calling, Callahan was not able to patch together the disaster that he was largely responsible for. Not only did we watch him destroy Cam Ward's confidence little by little with each passing week, this is not and has not been the right situation to bring a quarterback into, and that is the underlying theme that I was trying to highlight. Plain and simple, this is a situation where quarterbacks go to die, and I'm not sure why fans thought it would be any different because we've seen this in Cleveland for countless years. We've seen this for Jets quarterbacks where they seem pretty good in the draft and when they get there they fall completely flat, and maybe in the case of Sam Darnold they look good down the line and everyone wonders what could have possibly happened. It's simple, it's the situation, and while I hope that Cam can be able to weather this storm, I'm not sure anymore. They tried to fill up an inflatable pool that had holes in it, and that's essentially what every team with this QB carousel mindset goes through. I don't know how many more times I can say this, but in our last video, a lot of what people thought to be me hating on Cam Ward was me rightfully pointing out the massive list of flaws within this organization and team at the moment. This is the exact example for how you are not supposed to rebuild. The Titans are barely even trying to win games, and no team benefits from tanking this early on or even in general. My philosophy is built on getting better through competition, and when the Titans essentially roll over as soon as the game stops going their way, which is, to their credit, pretty soon, it's sad almost. This is someone's rookie season just completely being wasted because management thought they could have their cake and eat it at the same time. You draft a quarterback when you're ready to compete. If you aren't, you play the Will Levises of the world. You invest in a bridge quarterback to set up the team around them for someone to come in and inherit, because now the Titans are closer to ruining Cam Ward than they are building a future. We are watching them sell players who might otherwise have been crucial for turning around the process, and I sincerely hope that anyone who said having Ward instead of Levis would change things for the Titans understands exactly what I was trying to say. Going the quarterback route in the draft will always look more enticing from the outside, but we have seen enough of the examples to know better by now. It's hard for me to sit here and have sympathy because we all know Cam Ward is better than Will Levis, but right now he's playing worse than Levis was. Since everyone insisted on moving on, do we need to look at their stats? Because this is a very, very, very sad display from Ward right now, and it's not even his fault. Losing 26-0 is a waste of the players' times, the fans' time, the coach's time, and the list goes on. You become less and less desirable for free agents and have even less bargaining tools in trades. We're watching the Titans get ripped off basically in every single trade discussion right now because of this. Ticket sales go down and you can find them right now for $20, and there is nothing that kills internal and external morale more than being 1-7. It's hard to even evaluate anyone on this team right now because they're getting smoked and dog-walked every single game. If we start on the offensive line, they were supposed to have addressed this in free agency, which a couple commenters let me know, but they're getting ran over every single play. Denver had 6 sacks, and in a 4-game stretch this season, the Titans managed to average a whopping number of 3.66 yards per play, the third worst through 4 games over the past 20 NFL seasons, trailing only the Jets with 3.16 in 2019 and the Jacksonville Jaguars with 3.56 in 2013. Some pretty elite company. But, tell me how drafting a rookie quarterback and putting him in this position was the good move, guys. They should have just traded down. This was obvious. When you have the number 1 pick and you don't want to draft the Abdul Carters and you don't want to pick Will Johnson in the 2nd round, what are you doing? They decided to draft this guy who's doing exactly what their quarterback did last year. There is no point, zero purpose in trying to fast track a complete rebuild like the Titans require. This is a passionate thing for me because I spent hours replying to people that assumed drafting Ward would turn the Titans into Super Bowl contenders, and I just don't know how that even started in the first place. When you look at this Titans team, what you can see is a bunch of position groups that have all fallen flat. Calvin Ridley was supposed to be a spark plug, but he has sucked other than one game. And as a management group, it's hard to figure out a direction going forward when your team has 13 turnovers on offense and only 9 offensive touchdowns. Wow. I understand that for a Super Bowl contending team, a quarterback on the caliber of Will Levis would be terrible, but that wasn't my point. This is not a Super Bowl team, even with Cam Ward, as we can tell right now. Last year, the Bengals had Joe Burrow, arguably the best quarterback in the league, and they couldn't even make the playoffs because the roster had so many holes. Dak Prescott this year looks like Superman other than most recently against the Broncos, but they can't even win while he puts up 40 points because their defense doesn't stop the opposing team. When you look at a Titans offense that right now is 31st in the league in passing yards, 32nd in rushing yards, 32nd in points for, and 29th in points against, it shouldn't be hard to understand that this is not a one-sided issue. The problem that the Titans had was not relative to the quarterback position. And that sounds crazy to say because Will Levis had so many lowlights, but if it's not obvious now, I don't know when it will ever be. Something that I think all fans need to realize as we idolize some of the players in this league is that football is a team sport, maybe more than any other of America's favorite pastimes right now. There are 11 people on offense, 11 people on defense, and a hell of a lot more on special teams, and all of those units need to function for a team to win games. We look at Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, more recently Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, and we see our heroes. People that are so good at football, it's almost unbelievable to watch them. But if we can learn anything from their examples, from the good years and the bad years, it's that a successful team has a successful roster around the quarterback. Just because he was the best and technically number one quarterback in a pretty weak class did not mean he was going to be someone to completely turn around the franchise. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Jaden Daniels fresh off a Heisman. He was a great quarterback, but frankly, he never played to the level that would justify picking him in this position. Now Titans fans and the team has to struggle in general because of this thought process that has never worked. For the life of me, I can't understand how we watch teams benefit from not drafting a quarterback. We watch them benefit from building first, but instead we still want to follow the Browns example or the Jets example. If it didn't work for them, why would it work for our teams? The number one pick is extremely valuable, and instead of wasting a year tanking for it all over again, the Titans could have got the best of both worlds by drafting skill positions, by addressing a larger amount of issues, and then letting a bridge quarterback lead the team and try to make the most of the season. This would create a suitable house for next year's Cam Ward. Instead, we have a boat that's sinking, with holes growing every single week on the coaching staff, all the way down to receivers, linemen, defensive backs who are regressing and finding new teams. This has become a mess and serves as the perfect example for why teams need to avoid QB carousels like it's the plague. Thank you so much for watching, and we appreciate all the support and feedback, both positive and negative, that we get on these videos. If you have anything you'd like to say, make sure to let us know in the comments and we will happily engage in discussion. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as well as turning notifications on so you don't miss a single upload. We hope to see you in the next one.